Starting in a nice, comfortable seat. As soon as you get there, start to lift the corners of your mouth just gently. And we're going to reach the
Yoga kitty.
all the way up towards the
Love
sky.
it.
As we invite a big...
Good morning, guys. It is January 21st. Had to look at the board. Yesterday was Martin Luther King's birthday. Happy birthday. So I did my yoga. I did my green tea Hawaii drink. Ran out of the Kona mocha, so I had like pineapple strawberry. So I did that with my fiber. But assessing my kitchen situation, I went through the freezer and got rid of a whole bunch of stuff that's been sitting there for quite a while. So that made me happy. And I found some chicken bones. So making chicken stock. Have that in water. And then I'm going to add carrot to that. Going to add like half an onion. I like to add bay leaves. Nope, I'm going to need my hands. And some peppercorns. So I added the bay leaves and the peppercorns, and this is just going to simmer pretty much all day. And then I'll keep filling with water if it does evaporate. But that, I ran out of chicken stock quite a while ago, and I've been meaning to make it. I think I still have more chicken bones in the freezer outside, but wanted to make that. And then these apples are getting a little mealy, so I kept promising Matthew I was going to make an apple pie. I have these Trader Joe pie crusts, a pack of 2 in the freezer, so I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to peel and dice the onions. I'm going to have to double check a recipe to make sure. I think it's like butter, sugar, flour, cinnamon, if you want nutmeg. That's pretty much it. A little pinch of salt. So going to see what the recipes call for. Because one time I tried to do that, and I think I didn't put in, was it not enough flour, and it came out a little watery. So yes, usually that vanilla. So just going to look at some recipes to give me the idea of what needs to go in what. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. Got my teacup ready. Just got to pull out what kind of tea I want. And then I think today I'm also going to finally peel this huge aloe leaf and freeze the pulp for smoothies. Very good for the digestive system. Cleans you out if you have problems going. That'll help you. So that's my day today. And oh, and I'm also going to put in an order for Kroger pickup because the boys are working most of the week and not going to have time in the middle of the day to bring me to the stores. So I'll just have them pick up the groceries on their way back. And that's pretty much it. So for the aloe, I'm going to peel the skin. That's a sharp aloe. I mean, this is where you could really feel when they're this big. They're part of the cactus family. So I'm going to peel all the skin off, and it's going to get slimy. They say to keep the skin and use it and wipe it on your face, to put it in like a storage container in the refrigerator and literally, you know, take it and wipe it on your face or under your eyes. So I might do that. I might save the skin. Let's see how bad I peel it. And then cut the pulp up and let it soak in the water. And you got to keep rinsing the water out. And then store the pulp in a freezer bag for the freezer. Because I like to put it in smoothies. Gives you a lot of benefits. So let me start peeling it. So there, I peeled the skins. I'm going to chop this up and save them. But I think I waited too long to start using this. So I'm going to cut out that yucky stuff. And then I got to peel the other side. But it's a very gelatinous. See, and this is, you know, in the summer. I think I want to get another one and do it in the summer especially. Because that gel. Oh, I got to do my nails. That gel is really good for your skin and sunburn. And that's all over the skins as well. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I waited too long. So let me cut that. I cut this nasty part out. And I'm left with the pulp. That big thing, not as much pulp as I thought. So I'm gonna chop this up, peel some more out of the skin here, put it in my bowl and fill it with water. Yeah, I know, I think in other cultures, like the Mexican culture, I believe they eat cactus. So curious to see how they cook that and how they eat that. But this, yeah, the slimy stuff, when you eat it, it just like okra, it like coats your intestinal lining. So anyone with gastrointestinal issues, eating aloe or okra can actually benefit the gastrointestinal system. Yeah, pretty interesting. I'm learning so much. For the skins, I'm going to put them in the refrigerator. They're slippery little things. But take one and rub it all over my face maybe after I wash it. Wash my face, I mean. And then, okay, I got to switch hands. So here are the pieces. Oh, I got to cut off that skin a little bit. Now they said the end of the, which I'm going to link videos below. The end of the aloe leaf has, I guess like some orangey stuff, some liquid. That could be a powerful laxative. That's also why you really got to soak these to get a lot of the water out and the gel out. So I cut that off and I threw it out. I think I still have some more peels. And then I just sliced it up. It's hard to see, clear on clear. And then I'm going to cut it into cubes like that so that I could just throw one in when I make a smoothie. So they're all in there. Oh, was that one with skin? Or was that a shadow? It must be a shadow. Okay. So they're all in there. And this is going in the refrigerator for my beauty regimen. And then I'm going to pour filtered water in there. Let it soak. And then I'll just keep changing out the water to really get all the... What is in there? To, you know, really get all the gel out. Because you don't really want a powerful laxative. Just slightly regular. You know what I mean? So I peeled 5 apples. One was still good, so I'm eating it. And this green one, don't know, this one's still good too. So I might keep it for a salad unless I do need more apples. Then I'll peel that one. But this was a red one, a gala that was still good, not mealy, still nice and firm and juicy, crunchy. So I ended up, I'm eating that for breakfast. Yeah, and then I'm gonna core these. So I'm just gonna cut the pulp or the flesh, the fruity part, you know, without the seeds. I'm going to dice that up and put them in a bowl. And I cut the cores out. So that's all the apple. It might be enough for a pie. So I looked at Joanna Gaines's apple pie recipe. She did ask for 1/2 cup of brown sugar, which mine was as hard as a rock, so I had to grate it. And 1/4 cup of white sugar and 1/4 cup of flour and a teaspoon of cinnamon. But I also have, because she asked for allspice and nutmeg and all that, and I don't have that, but I have this Georgia peach spice that is kind of similar. The pumpkin pie spice had cardamom and clove, so it's too strong, but this one is more of the apple pie type with some, probably just a little bit of allspice and cinnamon in it. So I'm going to add that as well. So here's 1/4 cup of white sugar. Adding it to my 1/2 cup of brown sugar. 1/4 cup of einkorn flour. Hard to do things with one hand. That's fine. She did not ask for butter, but I like to put a little butter in mine. So if you think about it, the flour and the butter make a roux, which will thicken up the juices from the apples, so it's not so watery. So I like doing that. She asked for a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I'm just sprinkling it in. And then she also asked for nutmeg and all that fun stuff, but I'm using my Georgia peach spice. I wish you could smell it. This is from the Savory Spice Shop, which you could definitely smell the big cinnamon flavor to it. But I think it has nutmeg and allspice because you do smell, it doesn't just smell like cinnamon. And I think there's a little sugar in it too. So I'm going to mix this up, let it sit until these pie crusts are, until they're thawed out better, because they're still pretty frozen. So I'm just going to toss it while I let these sit. My stock is still bubbling. I also have, let me lower it. Yep. I also have this, and I keep forgetting about it. Lion's Mane Mushroom Elixir Mix. So Lion's Mane is mushrooms that are really good for brain. See, so when your brain needs a hug. So good for brain health. I've gotten Lion's Mane mushrooms from my CSA, so I've actually eaten them. They're the ones that look like cauliflower. But this is an elixir mix, and when I first wanted to get into mushrooms, I asked the Urban Market about this, and they said to start off with Lion's Mane because it's not as strong as like the chaga and the reishi, and those are very good for your brain too. So I bought this thinking it was more like a tea, which I think you're supposed to drink it like a tea, but when I drank it, it tasted like broth. So I was like, no, I'm not going to throw it out, but I'm definitely not going to drink it like that. I even added stevia to see if it does anything. It literally tastes like broth. So I'm actually going to add this to my chicken stock. I keep forgetting about it. I finally pulled it out, but I'm going to add it to the chicken stock to add that mushroom, brain health, power benefit. So I'm going to do that. Look at that. When I opened it, I have 1 reishi and 1 chaga. Chaga is supposed to have excellent anti-cancer properties, and supposedly reishi is like longevity, to live forever. But I'm going to do the Lion's Mane first because I want to see how it tastes. This is the first time I'm doing it. I'm telling you, it smells like broth. See? Even looks like broth. Should I add 2? Let me stick to 1. See how it tastes. If there's no difference next time I make stock, I'll make 2. I'll put 2 in. So that's that. And now I have to dump out the aloe vera water and refill it to soak up some more. I poured out that water. That water came out thick. That's probably what the aloe vera juice is, but I don't want to drink that. Sorry. Yeah, and for that Lion's Mane mushroom, I think I'm going to start adding it to like my rice, especially the flavored rice, like the arroz con gandules. That'll be a nice added bonus. Time I was waiting for this crust to thaw, they were actually puff pastry. So now I had to pull out the pie crust that I have. I guess that's the last of it. Hopefully these freeze well or refreeze well. So now I gotta wait for these to thaw. So my pie crusts, well, this one's still a little frozen. This one's more thawed than this one. All right. It still needs more time. Meanwhile, I'm going to eat something. So that soup that I had, Trader Joe's, I wasn't a fan. Not a fan. I was going to finish the rest of it today, and now I'm debating because I don't like it. Plus, it has a ton of sodium. Why do I keep spinning that jar around? 790. So, you know what? I hate to do it, but I think I'm going to toss it. It's just not, since it's not, I'm not fond of it. I don't know. It just had this like tangy, it just wasn't my cup of soup. So I hate throwing things out, but I'm going to save the jar, of course, but I'm not going to finish that. In the meantime, we had pizza yesterday because of, no, the day before. And, yes, Sunday, we had pizza delivered from Jets, which is decent for like a Sicilian. Their round pies, not crazy about, but their Sicilian deep dish is pretty good. So there was one slice left, so I'm going to eat that for lunch. And my stock is still boiling. Yeah, so probably maybe another 10 or 15 minutes and that should be done. So they're thawed now. So I got the bottom one in the pie crust. My oven is at 425. And this one does work at 425. So now I'm going to pour in the filling. And then put the other pie crust on top. So there are all the apples in there. That looks good. It's so funny. Only in this house, out of the 5 of us, John and Matthew are the only ones that like apple pie. So this is basically for them. I sometimes will try an apple pie, especially if I made it. But I don't like baked apples. And I think it was because I was one of those unfortunate souls when I was 10 years old. And I had gotten one of those stomach viruses after eating McDonald's apple pies. And it just ruined baked apples, apple pie for me forever. So I don't eat it. Sometimes if I'm at someone's house, I might be polite enough and eat it. But it's not my thing. And Michael doesn't like it, and neither does Sean. So this is Matthew and John's dish. And they've been asking for it since Thanksgiving, and I haven't done it. So I'm finally doing one for them just because, you know, it's no reason. So there you go. And I stabbed some holes in it. And I'm not making the same mistake like I did with the apple dump cake, that's for sure. And I put it on a tray. And then I think Joanna Gaines, she brushed it with milk. But I'm brushing it with egg to get that shiny top. The Portuguese rolls ask for you to brush a beaten egg. And it makes that nice sheen on it. So I'm going to do that. And then she also says to sprinkle some sugar on top, which is what we do for the Portuguese rolls too. I need to try to make those again, a 4th attempt. They were really good, but I'm still working on getting them the way they're supposed to taste. Very soft, and they don't get hard by the next day. That's good. Oops. Then I got my sugar. Sprinkle some sugar on top. That's good. Okay, so in the 425 degree oven, I think it said like 12 to 15 minutes, something like that. Goes. It's not the prettiest, so we call it rustic. 15-20 minutes at 425. In the meantime, this is the 3rd water bath. So I'm going to drain this, put it in a Ziploc, and stick it in the freezer. So I put it in the freezer Ziploc and trying to make a single layer so they'll be easier to take out when they're frozen. Oh, I think I have some peel on one. Oh well. Then in the freezer it goes. flat. Kind of flat. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes. And I think I want it a little more golden. Just a little bit more. That was more like 30 minutes, but oh my God, it looks so nice. Smells so good. I really, really wish I liked apple pie. But that will be really hot for someone to cut into. Good thing they're not here because they would probably cut into it. And we have no vanilla ice cream, which would piss them off even more. I do have whipping cream, so I could make whipped cream if they want. But, oh, all right, turn that off. It's only 1 o'clock, so this will be nice and cold by the time they get home. Yeah, I'll let you know how they like it when they dip into it. And then, last but not least, the chicken stock. So that's just gonna simmer away. It's probably, I mean, it's been a few hours. I could probably stop it now and cool it down. I think I'll do that. And then when it's cool, I'll put it in my little Chinese soup containers and freeze them. So John and Matthew liked it. They said it came out good, although it did make a lot of water. So I think if I ever do this again, I might need to put more than 1/4 cup of flour because it came out, the syrup, oh, that's not a spoon, but the syrup came out too thin. So I actually had to dump some of the syrup out because it was too liquidy. But they said it came out good, so yay. And there you have it. I made 3.5 quarts of chicken broth, chicken stock. These came out darker. I wonder if it's from the mushroom elixir, but smells good. Smells just like chicken noodle soup. So I'm going to put those in the freezer, and those are to be used for other dishes. Guys, so today is Monday, January 27th, the week of the surgery. And this week is pretty busy. Doctor's visits and of course the surgery and prepping for the surgery. So I finished my yoga, drinking POG, green tea Hawaii. Love this stuff. No more Kona mocha, not until February. And I'm making sauce tonight because I'm going to make chicken parm. So that's dinner tonight. And I want to set this on the crock pot so that it'll simmer all day. And I'm able to do other stuff, which I do have to make some phone calls. Got to call the facility, the surgical center, pre-cert, pre-op, going over meds and health history and all that fun stuff. As well as some other phone calls and getting everything in order for the big day on Friday, the 31st. So that's pretty much what's going on today. It's a pretty gray day out there today. But we've been having a lot of rain recently, but it's in the 50s today, so the temperature is not too bad. I actually wanted to go outside and check on my garden just to look at it and get inspired. But I think I'm going to do that later. And yeah, I have to schedule my week. So that's what's going on today. Got my carrots and onions in the olive oil. A little bit of salt. A little bit. And this bad boy, I think, is ready for breakfast. They say slightly, still firm, but gives a little to the touch. This green area, yeah, it still gives a little to the touch. So I'm going to cut that open. And I think it has a lot of little black seeds. So I've never actually cut a papaya. I think I've eaten some papaya that's already been cut for you. But yeah, I'm very excited to have some papaya for breakfast. Wow, look at that. That cut so easily. Oh, little black seeds. Yep, that orangey color shows you full of vitamin A, vitamin C, antioxidants. Great for your skin too. The alpha hydroxy acids from the fruit eats away that dead skin cells. Brightens your skin. So whatever I don't eat, or I'll save a couple of them, I'll just mash and put on my face one day. Maybe before my surgery, so that my skin looks radiant while they're cutting into it on Friday. Gotta laugh, gotta laugh. Okay, so I cut it. There's all the seeds and the skins. Unfortunately, some extra pulp. But do you have to completely let it get yellow? So the texture is there. It has the softness of a mango, but it's not very sweet. Definitely like mangoes and pineapples a lot better. And persimmons. Those are definitely my favorite. But yes, was I supposed to let it ripen more? See, I was afraid if it was all completely yellow, then it'll be mushy. So like I said, this has the consistency of a mango. Not too hard, but it's not extremely sweet. I was expecting a sweeter taste, but I am going to have a little bit for breakfast. Fill up a little bowl. See, so I have these little bowls, and that's what I will fill for my breakfast, just a couple of cubes. And then I think I might freeze the rest and use them for smoothies. Blend them with pineapple or mango or banana and give it a little more sweetness. But let me know. Outside, it got brighter. Beautiful out. Wearing my slippers. But yeah, look at that. Things are growing. It's January. That's lilies. That's sedum. I have elephant ears under those mulch bags that we did not dig up, just to see what happened, but it's been a mild winter, so I think they'll be okay. And this is my herb box. Chives are coming in, and in here you can see the oregano popping up. Lemon balm. Wow, you touch it, it's so fragrant. Smells like lemons. And then marjoram, lavender, don't know yet, can't tell. Parsley, that thing burnt to a crisp, and I didn't get any parsley at all 2019, but look at that. It's coming back and thriving. Rosemary's doing fairly well. It'll get greener in the warmer months. Hopefully February is not too bad on us. Mint coming in. Over here is some tarragon. It gets a little bigger. And these are weeds. I wonder if those are weeds we could eat. I know mosh is like a weed. I wonder if that's what that is. Well, you gardeners, tell me, what is that? What is it? Can I eat it? But John built me 2 other bigger boxes so I could do more for gardening. I would like to attempt carrots, but I always do tomatoes, sometimes poblanos and jalapenos. I've done okra, zucchini, yellow squash. I like doing those. I think I also want to try some sweet potato. I don't have anything in this box right now. This is where I usually put the sugar snap peas and tomatoes. And here I usually put the lettuces, so arugula and spring mixes. But look, kale and garlic chives. But yeah, can't wait for spring and summer 2020. Fresh new produce. So the sauce is all done and blended. Is that blurry? I think so. There. There. All done and blended up. I didn't even put anything else. So it's just carrots, onions, tomatoes, and a little bit of salt to get the onions, going. But I got my pan getting hot with some ghee and avocado oil. Got my breadcrumbs, my egg station, and chicken cutlets so that I can make Parmesan. That's dinner tonight. Look at that. And then I'm boiling some penne to just eat with the marinara sauce. I actually got one batch in, but I wanted a single layer, so, you know, because then all the chicken won't get the cheese on it. So now these are going to go in another dish over here. Hopefully there's enough room, so that they could get layered with sauce and cheese. The veggie is going to be salad, so I'm going to try that Mediterranean style salad kit for me and John, and then the boys are going to have their Caesar. So I did not get to tape dinner, sorry. Sean had a friend over, and in the chaos I didn't film it, but I was able to make 2 grab and goes, and there's a little extra chicken parm for anyone who wants to make a sandwich out of it. So that was dinner tonight.